Real quick, before we continue with the episode, I want to let you know that if you're a creative person who wants to share your creative gift or whatever you're passionate about with other people and create an online community, a podcast is an amazing way to do it. And you can start a podcast today with Anchor by Spotify. It's such an easy way to make a podcast. Trust me. I'm not a tech person and I did it. So if I can do it, honey, you can too, okay? Anchor has tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. And you can host on Anchor and it will distribute your podcast to platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. So you don't have to worry about, uploading your podcast to all these different sites. And it's everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. And it's 100% free. So there you go. Let's go. Start your podcast, create your online community, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. All right, without further ado, let's continue. Welcome to the Creatively by Estelle podcast. I'm your host, Estella Berry, and I'm so glad that you're here. This show is all about being creative and pursuing your creative passions while you're in medical school or a professional program or grad program of any kind. Okay, you are welcome here. So let's start creating and let's get into this episode. Hello. Welcome back to the Creatively by Estelle podcast. I'm so excited you're here as always. Thank you so much for joining me another week to chat about staying creative in medical school. How do we stay creative in medical school? What does that actually look like? And so today I'm just going to give you a quick, quick chat about letting it be fun and letting it be easy because so much of medical school is so hard and challenging. And I know that because of that, everything feels very heavy and very hard and stressful. And so I want you to think of your creative outlet as something that is the exact opposite. Like the relief that you can find, aside from obviously I would 100% encourage you to find your true relief and your true joy and peace in relationship with God, because I know that that is where I find my true eternal deep everlasting peace and joy. However, I know that if he has given you a desire to be creative and he has given you a creative gift, then that's it is what it is. It's a gift and it's something that I want you to use as a way to really find release, to really find happiness and to have fun, and that it should be something that's easy. And I want to share actually um, just a little example of this is that this past week, something really fun that I did just by myself in my room, no one really knew about it until now, is that I just like it was like in the middle of studying. I was like, um, you get to a spot when you're studying when you're just like, you're so exhausted, but you need to keep going, right? And so to kind of pump myself up and get myself motivated again, I just put on I just put on a song. I think it was Dancing Queen. Actually, this might have been um last week, last Friday. I just put on a song. I think it was Dancing Queen, and then I also did I Want to Dance with Somebody right afterwards. And so I just I I couldn't sing at full volume, of course, because my roommates are in the house, but I, tried to keep a respectful volume. I was just like singing to myself, dancing like in my room, just me, myself, and Jesus. We were just dancing, just jamming, just like trying to enjoy the music and enjoy um just singing for just a short time. And it wasn't for anyone, it wasn't a performance, it wasn't anything like that. It was just me enjoying it and letting it be fun and easy in the midst of a busy time, in the midst of studying. So I want you to use your creative outlet like that. I want you to think of your gift as something that should be fun, that can be engaging, and even at times when you might come up against challenges when it comes to time management or timing or having enough time to be creative, or maybe you're not where you want to be creatively and whatever like skill that you're trying to practice. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be at that particular moment. But nonetheless, I want you to just take a deep breath and just remind yourself that this should be the part of your life that is fun. This should be the part of your life that is enjoyable, where you can really relax and really be yourself. And so I just want to encourage you in that this should be enjoyable. It should be fun. It should be quote unquote easy. Life isn't easy and school is not easy, but the one thing that you have that, can be a strength for you is your creative gift and this creative outlet that you have, that you can spend time doing that and know that it's something that you enjoy, it's something that you thrive in. Or maybe you're a beginner in it and maybe you're not quote unquote thriving just yet, but you can still enjoy it. You can still have fun in it. Maybe you're a beginner guitar player, or you're just starting to paint or draw or write poetry. You don't have to be Shakespeare tomorrow, but the fact that you're getting to do it and that you enjoy it, those are the most important pieces. Making the time to do it and then enjoying it when you are doing it. Enjoying that process is so important, because then you're making the most of that time and you're making the most of that gift. And so, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, was just to encourage you to let it be fun, let it be easy, let it be enjoyable. Okay? Life can be stressful, yes. There are stresses in medical school, 100%. But again, let your creative outlet be a strength and not a crutch. Let it be something that actually helps you be the best student that you can be, by being a source of release, being a source of enjoyment, a source of fun, and a way for you to, in your own time, even if it's just you by yourself, but it's a way for you to really enjoy being by yourself and doing something that you love with the time that you have. So I just want to give you that word of encouragement. I hope that helps you as you continue this journey of staying creative in medical school. I know it's a short episode for today, but that's because the second half of this episode, or not the second half per se, but I just want to also give you an announcement that I'm really excited to share. There is a podcast called The Medical Creative, and the host of that podcast, his name is Austin Sellers, and we just did an interview last week together. And I'm really excited to share it with you, because I interviewed him and he interviewed me, and my interview with him is going to be on his podcast coming up. I will definitely post about it on my social media platform, so you'll know about it. And I would love for you to give it a listen, give his podcast a listen, give his show a listen, repost it, shout him out, because he's doing some great things on his podcast, interviewing physicians and people in healthcare, and students like myself about their creative interests and their side hustles and businesses and things like that. And so I would love for you to show him some support and show that podcast episode support as well. Additionally, I interviewed him, and so that interview is going to be on my podcast as well, coming up next week. And I'm really excited. I'm going to be talking about it more on my social media, so you won't miss it either. So get ready to listen to that. It's going to be good. And I wanted to just let you know, to just prepare you for when you're going to, when you're going to listen to it, because you're going to listen to it, right? Right. And I would love for you to listen to it, to share it, to shout him out, shout me out, tag us, repost it on social media, so we can get more students in on this creative movement as well. And I would just, yeah, I'd love for you to just look forward to that. It's a really great interview. He talks about how he got into medical school and into the medical field, and how he got into his own creative gift and his own creative outlet, and how he's been able to balance and find time to do that even as a medical student. And he talks about how he that he's like gotten interested in research. He talks about how he thinks that being creative has helped him in the medical field so far and will continue to help him in as like to be the best clinician that he can be. And so it's a really great discussion. I'm excited to share it with you. So I want you to look forward to that coming up next week. and his is also going to be posted, I believe, this week. So I will let you know on social media. All right, I just wanted to share that announcement in addition to the episode today to let you know to look forward to that. As always, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this community movement of medical students and grad students and students who are just looking to have a creative outlet in their life as they pursue their academic, clinical, medical goals. And so, thank you so much for listening and for being here. If you enjoyed this episode or any other episode, please share it with someone, repost it somewhere, send it to a friend, email it to someone. I would love for you to do that, and I hope that it can encourage them as well. Also, let me know what you thought of it. If you have any other podcast topic ideas that you would like to share, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here as always. All right, have a great week. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode. Real quick before you go, there is a Facebook page that I made called the Creatively Community, and I'd love for you to search that on Facebook and go ahead and like it because I'm going to continue to post some content there, and we're going to make that into a group so we can keep building community, okay? So thanks so much again, and I'll see you next week.